Hi, and welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation focused on youth mental health. Before we begin today's episode, I just wanted to let you all know that all content that is found in our podcast is created for informational purposes only. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or therapy. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard in this podcast. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get started.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us again. This is your host, Punam, with Sister Rini's. Today's special guest is Prachi, and Prachi is relatively a new mother. So, Prachi, thank you so much for joining us today. Please do introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit more about you and your parenting journey. And what do you do for your day job, or where are you joining us from? Anything and everything you're comfortable sharing with us.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. My name is Prachi Mahapatra. I am a Cisco cybersecurity product manager. It is a tough job, but it is a job that I love. I will do it for free if I don't have to run the kitchen. But I like what I do. I liked what I do also. I've recently become a new mother, and yes, there were a lot of things that was going in my mind, but this journey has been really fruitful so far, tough and fruitful both, but the fruit is something that I always look forward to. So I have been working since last 7, 8 years with one master's and one bachelor's degree, and my journey so far has been really good. I met amazing people in my past couple of years when I started my work till date, and in this podcast, we will be working, or I will be talking more about myself, my journey, what really inspires me to be here and to continue to work also, and give to my family what I can give, anything and everything that I have in myself. Thank you.
Beautiful, Prachi. Thank you so much for sharing your introduction. So tell us, you mentioned you're a new mom. How old is your baby? And how you're able to spend more time because you are telling, yes, it's a demanding job. That's great. You love it. But now you have a new role, you have new responsibilities. Uh, how is your typical day? Is it overwhelming or you're calm, centered? Tell us, walk us through your day if you can.
Absolutely. So currently my days are super calm. The reason being I have not only the support system, I have somebody to look up to, which is my mother. It did not start just in a day. It started gradually when I just delivered and when I took help from my mother, and the way she handled her day. She was working and handling the baby and taking care of other things. So she was doing multitasking and she was laughing about it. So that triggered me that, oh, this is possible. This is something. And she is joking about things. So when she is happy, that gives you the confidence of that, okay, this is a happy phase, not the way everybody talks about, or there's so much stress going to be, there will be sleepless nights. That didn't happen for me because post delivery, um, I took 4 months just to be myself, and the people around me allowed me to be myself. They were not imposing that you have to be a mother. They were more concerned about, can you be by yourself first, and then we'll figure out the mother concept later. So I didn't become a mother just by delivering it. I became mother eventually. Uh, Before that, my mother was taking care of me and my daughter. So she didn't had one kid, she had two kids, and because of that, it made my base stronger, and that's why I think I bring more confidence, happiness every day to my family and my work too.
Beautiful. I'm so glad you're surrounded by wonderful family members. You have a wonderful support system. And I loved what they recommended you not be afraid of new role, responsibility, but be who you are. So, Prachi, tell us a little bit more if you can, or I will invite Sister Rini, because it's very powerful. Most of the times we say that be who you are or be yourself, just be. And sometimes we don't understand what does it really mean. So, Sister Rini, would you like to add something first and then we can hear from Prachi?
How about we listen to Prachi first? Is that okay? Then,
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you.
So, be myself, meaning that I find a way to be happy and I don't expect it to give happiness from everybody else. So, it is the small things that I do, it's the small drawings that I do, it's the small canvas painting that I do, it's the small games that I do, it's the small wallpaper currently I'm doing, a nursery that I'm creating. So these were top of my minds, which I wanted to do. And yes, they were a little bit concerned first that she is not sleeping or resting. But my family understood that this is what she enjoys, and this is her time to, figure out herself. So that's how being yourself, meaning to, even if there is a chaotic world, the system is so set up that I get to, it is not that I'm not concerned about the daughter. I do, but there was no pressure on me to that you have to. It eventually came. The pressure I started giving to myself that I need to own up my kid, not my mother. So eventually, and she gave me my space. So there was a space. There was eventually one day after day, I started being transitioning from a Prachi who is a daughter, who is a wife, and who is herself, and the family around me, they like me for being myself. There was a point I was trying to be a wife, because when you get married, you feel that okay, there are certain rules that you need to follow. You need to serve the food on the table. I'm from India, you need to wear a sari, or I tried that. I have a very progressive father-in-law, a husband. They didn't like me because they didn't feel that I am doing it for myself. They just told me that we don't like you in sari. I was like, okay, because I was trying to be something which I'm not. Uh, I loved it. I love the fact that okay, that is how I'm going to be, but it didn't happen. People around me, they just saw that through. It's like, you are not comfortable. I know you want to be, that this is not you, and we don't want to see you like this. Who told you to change? So I was like, okay, maybe then I'll just drop it. So that pressure actually, for me at least, people around me, they are not doing it. I think that I should do it. And then eventually they tell me that you need not to, and that feeling is super calmer, makes me super calm. And I was like, okay, maybe I was going in a wrong direction, and they pull me back and make it to the right direction.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm so glad, you are able to do things which gives you joy. But we are saying we are doing, and we are like, saying be who you are, being part, right? So what is that being part? And, am I really myself, right? So that's part, I think, Sister Rini, if you can shine some light on that, that will be helpful to our audience.
Yeah, I mean, Prachi shared it beautifully that she is very expressive through art, right? And I think the truth is being expressed through art, and just you probably just painting whatever comes from your heart, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like you are copying somebody's art or somebody's painting. So I find that art is a beautiful way to express the truth of who you are, that you really feel in some form.
Yeah.
So that is very beautiful. So thank you for sharing that. And about being who you are, it's just like being who you are is very simple. You are not expecting anybody to make you happy, but you are sharing the happiness that you are with everyone. and very, I would not even want to say lucky, but I would say that you have people around you that you're surrounded by who don't want you to do anything that is not feeling natural to you,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't really happen for majority of the people. But in that sense, yes, it is fortunate that you have people around you who just want you to come from a place of genuinity and authenticity,
Yeah.
rather than trying to do things to please them so that you can be liked in return.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that is very beautiful. But do you ever actually face situations where you do feel that you need to kind of, I don't know, I'm just asking a question so that we can get to the point of what does it really mean to be that being? So do you face situations in life where you feel that there's this desire, nothing, we're not judging any desire, but there can be a subtle desire to do things to please people so that I can be liked or acknowledged or respected. Do you ever find that situation, I mean, that kind of a situation in your life where you feel that way? Or at least those feelings or those thoughts can come up?
Absolutely. I think major part was when I was doing my master's. That feeling definitely came up in my life. So the reason was when you are at 25-ish, uh, you feel that extra burden that okay, I have to achieve something, I have to be there, I have to do that. For that I need to be like this, I need to behave like a leader, I need to behave like something. So every young girl, every young boy, they have this extra pressure of behaving very posh, behaving very strategic, behaving very intelligent. Behaving and being is very different thing. Now that I'm a mother, I'm going and I have past at least 10 years in this work culture. So that time I was trying to be that, and I came from India to do my masters, and I thought that I will change that in me. So I started being a leader, not actual leader, but the traits of leader. She will speak up, she will be at the front, she will try to uh, lead everybody, solve the problems, the bookish ways of doing it. And the great part of it is if you have good friends, they will teach you the different way. So everybody thought what I really wanted them to think about me. And they became friends of mine. And when we were sitting in a park or in any restaurant and we were just chilling out, they saw a different version of me, where I'm the fun version, where you can talk to me about anything, where you're not thinking that okay, she's trying to guide you or she's a leader. They Everybody said that, oh, so this is real you. And I was like, okay. Then so my shoulders were like this, and when they said, oh, this is really you, then I was like this. So that instant movement. And why do I know this? Because there was a mirror in restaurant, you have mirrors, right? So
Yes,
I was
yes.
just having those conversation, and from this, if you are you're dropping your shoulders, that means that's the real you. And that's the real mirror that you have seen. And I've seen that in myself. And that this scene changed for me. And I realized that it's not always you need to put that pressure on yourself. uh, People around you don't like you what you portray. If you are, and it's a heavier burden if you try to portray it, it's very heavy to carry every single day. If you are, it is easier for you to even maneuver to your days. So that's one of the feedback I got, and immediately took it, and it was very much lighter after that. So it was a good feeling.
That's very, very beautiful because somewhere subtly you are already seeing that it's not just about what you are projecting and what others are projecting on you,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, so it's like, and I think what Sister Poonam is probably wanting us to kind of maybe shine light on what really being who you are means. Is it
Yeah.
like, are you a human being? Are you a human doing?
Yeah.
Or a human being? So
True.
from human doing to human being to being,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel that at least for my from my experience, I can share that I was not always too much into human doing, but still there was some sense of fulfillment taken from doing.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Yeah. And then it was like, okay, then you begin to see whether the action happens or not, whether the outcome comes the way you expected it to be or not. Your happiness is not dependent on your
Yeah.
actions and the outcome of your actions,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Yes.
and then it was like, okay, then what am I if I'm not acting, if I'm not performing some physical actions or maybe some kind of achievement or goals or
Yeah.
purpose? What am I if I have no purpose in life?
You're right. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And these questions are very big. Sometimes when you think about it, you get super confused. And then you think, okay, this is too deep for me to understand. And it's like, okay, then you drop the idea of just learning more about yourself also, and whatever comes your way, you take it. So there's a very thin line between understanding what you want to do, what you like, and how's your journey. So these three pillars is something, um, each day you need to figure out what is important for you for that single day.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And each one will have a different
Yeah.
timeline, right? And nothing is wrong or right. It's
Yes.
what it is for you right now in this moment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, I would say that if you feel very happy and content with the way things are and how you are living the life in at work, at home, and you feel that you are the same person no matter where you go, right? It's like, as you said, that I felt I was being different somewhere else and then I was being someone else. It's having multiple personalities,
Yes. Yes.
right?
Yes.
But if I am feeling like, okay, I can check that and see that that is not my true nature. What I am is the same me no matter where I am.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
And in that case, I mean, then you're living from the being that you are, because just being means just one taste. It's very
Yes.
simple. Just one
Yes.
taste.
Yes.
One taste means it's like when I'm talking to the neighbor, I'm not someone different.
Mhm.
I'm talking to my husband, I'm not someone different.
True.
When I'm talking to my child, I'm not someone different.
Someone different.
Of
True.
course, of course, a relationship in that sense is different,
Yeah.
but the sense of comfort
Yes.
from where you're coming, it's the same with all.
Yes. Yes. True. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's what Sister Poonam was pointing at for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. So when Prachi, you were sharing your experience, I felt, did I did put many masks based on the people, situation, settings. At work, I was different. At home, I was different. And fit in, like, that pressure to fit in, people pleasing, everybody is watching me. There is a judgment going on, there is a brand being built. You do have a performance review. In 360 reviews, anybody can give you anything because they are doing anonymous. So even there was the feedback was very confusing. Some people loved me for the things what I did, and for the same thing, some people they did not like me. It was very confusing. Oh, who am I? What do I need to do? Like you were saying, right? Like when your shoulders drop, you were relaxed, but
Yeah.
otherwise you were uptight. Oh my God,
Yes.
I need to pretend, right?
Yes.
So I felt, in the corporate race, that identity gets muddled. You get confused because people are judging you, they have certain expectations, even at home, right? We
Yeah.
have different relationships, they have expectations, different roles, responsibility at home, also different expectations. If I'm mother and expectation is I will put food on the table, and if I'm not delivering that, yeah, child can be upset. So that's the reason, I was bringing that question, am I switching all the time? Am I changing masks? Am I trying to fit in? What is really like, my true self? Right. So, but I think Sister Rini explained it beautifully. Independent of relationship, independent of roles, responsibility, if you are having that one taste,
Yes.
right, you're not like feeling that you're putting pressure to mold yourself. You're
Yeah.
coming from that truth, that love, the peace, right? You are. So then I feel you go in that don't care state, right? I am doing my best and I have my best. I can't control how people judge, perceive, or, they need to say what they need to say, right? So, I mean, over the years, I learned that I cannot please everybody. That's not my responsibility. And why am I doing it to begin with, right? And so
Yes.
that's the reason, these are very complex things. As you were saying, sometimes you can get lost. Like you were saying, there are three pillars. So yes, I when I was young, I was lost. But over the years, you know, going that inward, connecting with people like Sister Rini, shine some light.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping with this podcast series, other parents will also learn, and they will also not put pressure on themselves first,
Yeah.
and then they
True.
won't put pressure on their kids or their
Yeah.
surroundings, right? So I think what I noticed, the stress comes when we have so much expectations for our own self,
True.
right? So Sister Rini, anything else you would like to add?
One thing as you were mentioning the masks and all, one simple practice that really helps. It's just like you meet 10 people during the day. Just see, do I feel the same internally when I meet all those 10 people? Or am I wearing a different mask with each one? Then we somehow sometimes even come to know, sometimes we may not have seen something about our attitude or behavior because I have my blind spots.
Mm.
And I'm sure we all do have our blind spots. And so it's like it's kind of this kind of practice really helps me when I'm meeting 10 people. The piece from where I'm coming, is that piece different with each one? If it is, then it's for me to go deeper within myself, which is to my being, and then really see that I am somewhere masking some emotions, some feelings, because then with some people I meet, I feel, oh, thank God this meeting is over. Or with some people, if I meet, I'm like, I just want to continue being with them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that is kind of it is like a red light for me. It's like a wait a minute, something here is not right. I
Yeah.
need to check where am I coming
Yeah.
from. So
True.
it's a very simple thing we all can do, and we all
Yes.
meet so many people every day, right?
Yes. There was one day I remember me and my husband was driving and we were thinking about some tax person and we were talking and we are multitaskers, in US everybody needs to be multitaskers. So you're driving, you're talking about what extra work you need to do. And I was thinking something has happened and I was talking to my husband, oh, maybe he or she will be feeling bad about it. And it was some kind of house related technical conversation we were having with the few contractors. So we made a very logical discussion and decision to go with one contractor. And I was feeling, okay, maybe the other person is feeling bad because we didn't go through this. Like, you are using too much of your brain space while you're driving. Are you even thinking about it? Because you're driving, one of the serious thing that you should do, and you're thinking about an emotion which might or can come later. So give your brain some kind of leisure when you're driving. Focus on it. You have a husband with you. There are lives here. So when you're emotionally somewhere else and you're focused on something else, that is a dangerous thing. And he told me sometimes life can be simpler. We need not to be super calculative about every single thing. What that other person is feeling, he or she might not be even feeling about it, but you are thinking about it and using your brain space to get worried and having one let's say if stress has 100 points and peace has 10 points, so you are giving stress another 10 points. So why? Your mental health is important, and that actually strikes me. So have some space for some other joy to come in than what other person is thinking, and you even don't have control over it. It's like such a easy way to live a life. And he continues to tell me, but I don't know if I'm hearing that correct or not. Maybe I'll try it in my own way to use it.
These are just simple experiments, and I love doing these experiments because then I don't need somebody else to tell me because they could be saying it from their point of view, which
Yeah,
could be filtered through some other things which
true.
we don't know and we don't want to go there.
Yeah.
But more like seeing self-checking, I find
Yes.
for me is very powerful.
True.
And it's kind of very easy when I'm meeting 10 people a day. I kind of check, do I feel the same in all interactions? Then I'm coming from the place of pure being. Of course, there could be fluctuations of the
Yes.
emotion and the feelings, and the mind may be fluctuating, but I'm seeing from behind those fluctuating emotions and feelings and thoughts. And then I'm coming from that space, not through those emotions, but allowing those emotions to be settling in me,
Right.
and then let my peace pervade those emotions and feelings, and then coming into action.
True.
I
True.
find, yeah, I find that is, for me at least, I know I may still have many blind spots, and I am very happy somebody points it out to me. I do sometimes ask my children, is there something you think I'm not seeing about myself that I should know? And I do take that feedback, and then if I will see, is it really true or is it filtered through their point of view? So I will check it in my own way. If it's true, I'll take it. If it's not true, that's absolutely fine. That's their point of view.
Yeah.
And kind of really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Family always helps whenever you are thinking not straight, when you're not trying to be yourself, when you're trying to be somebody else. They are the best who can tell you, okay, this is not you. Wake up. And it's like, okay.
And even at workplace also we get feedback all the time, and we have been taught feedback is a gift. And I, like Sister Rini, you were saying, I also take feedback if it resonates with me. Absolutely. As we have been saying, yeah, we are human beings. We are going towards that journey of just being, and that perfection sometimes, definitely creates stress. Like, oh, I did not do this perfect, that perfect, right? So then I need to relax my attention and I go again inward, and all those emotions we were talking about, right? And like go through that or sit with those emotions, but you're not your emotions. That's what I learned, that calmness, peace, that pervade. We were talking about that pristine blue skies. These emotions are coming to teach me something. I'm not going to ignore them. I'm not going to suppress them. I want to befriend them. I want to see what they are trying to tell me, right? So because with more responsibilities, yes, things can come, right? New roles, things can come, but that stability, that calm, peace, I think that's what we are learning on this journey. No matter what phase you are in of parenting or role responsibility, but know your truth, right? Know
Yes.
your calmness, peace, and then journey will become smooth. And if ups and downs, because life doesn't tell you what can come where, but you're
Yes.
prepared, right? You can
And
walk the path.
sometimes you're not also prepared. Like the time is changing, so like everything is changing. Every time, every day changes. Sometimes some stocks are high, sometimes family is not well. So there are so many things that juggling up. If you can give yourself that 1 hour, that half an hour just to be, uh, you can make all those problems also solve faster. And one day I was just talking to my father, and I take this ownership because we have learned and we are girls. Maybe that is there that you need to take ownership of it. And my father, he comes from a defense background, and they train them how to not to take pressure because defense is super pressured work, and in pressure you can't work. So he just asked me, who is asking you to take these responsibilities even? Um, who is asking you to take care of the family? There is nobody's asking you to take care of the family. Family is there because we all are for each other. So you can do certain part of it, but it's not you who has to take care of the family. So I was like, okay, so relax, calm down. You need not to be on a horse ride every single day. I was like, okay, cool. I can do that. I can do that. We can do one thing at a time. Let's not think about 5 things at a time. Do one thing at a time and see if you like it or not. So there is no pressure from our end. It's like, oh, is it so? Okay, that's a good way.
Like, very beautifully you said. So the presence we talked about presence, being present, right? Sister Rini, would you like to share a little more on that? Because even Young Mother had come on this series before, and she was telling how many things she needs to do. And the message was do one thing at a time and be fully present. Why are you rushing? Who is asking you to rush? Right? So
Yes,
that was amazing. We do rush. And I think that awareness, that's what the minute you understand, like, I'm rushing and taking a pause. Why am I rushing? Who is asking me to rush?
yes,
Can I take my own time? Right?
yes.
So then, as we are saying, that pressure we put on ourselves, stories we tell ourselves.
Yes. And so the way I am right now is, yes, I have good progressive men in my life, but I also have uh, friends, especially friends, and my sister. I gave birth, and after that, the postpartum phase, I was explaining it to all my friends, whoever was coming to meet, and they were younger. Some already been through the mother journey, but those girls who were coming younger, I was telling them my stories, and somebody commented that, oh. If it is not tough, then how, like, why it is so different? They need to be childbirth need to be tough or something like that, and you need to bear it. So the comment was, you need to bear it. And my sister was on the call or something, and she said that no, you need not to bear it. There is medical science around it. If you can be given an epidural, and if you can have a lovely journey in it, then that's much more better experience for you than how do I say that? Then giving the trophy of a woman to bearing some pain. Like, you need not to give trophy because she is bearing the pain. uh, don't decorate it in that way. If there is a way that you can have less pain, then take it. So they don't know because they haven't been through it. So people who are, even if the period cramps are like that, so the girls can understand that because they've been through it. So I was like, you need not to. Nobody needs to get a trophy because they have that much of pain while they were giving birth or after giving birth. If there is a way you can express yourself and you can be relaxed and you want to shout, we are there to help you out. So you have to do it. That is not the way. And it's like, okay, that's a strong sentence that I'm gonna teach my daughter also. There is no rules that you have to do it. You can say that your mama said, I don't have to do it. So it's like I'll teach that to my daughter. I don't have to do it. And then this was really, really something which I recall from my sister's conversation. So it's not the reason I am happy and content is I have great pillars around me. It's not only just above me or they are around me. They tell me something very different. Another good example is I just returned back to the work and it has been 2 to 3 weeks right now, and my mother is here and I was thinking, okay, how can I quickly grab on everything and listen to everything, be on every meeting. I've been out of the business for more than 4 5 months, and have they forgotten me? So these kind of worries that actually comes in when you have a long gap. This is the one of the biggest gap in career wise I had, apart from my studies. Studies, you are still in the market, and after that you are not. And this is sometime after such a long time I've taken myself and I've gone through a bigger journey. So I was not in the work zone. So sometimes I have forgotten that what was the happy me, what was the college girl me, what was a day look like when you are not thinking about a Saturday that you are going to go on Monday. That even the Saturdays are you are thinking, okay, I have to do this on Monday. So the 4 months of gap actually helped me to think that, oh, a Monday looks like this, where even on Saturday I'm not thinking about a Monday. So and when I just joined back, I had two questions with like my manager was super supportive, and one great thing is my team has 4 to 5 females. So the first I was having an interaction, and they explained that she just came back and she's a new mother, and my team supported that let's not give her everything at once. She's a new mother, let her figure it out, and we will be lighter on the work. And coming back from a situation where you are super panic mode, okay, I will grab everything, and then hearing your teammates saying that we will give slowly and steadily so that you can do it. And I was like, that's such a good way to encourage your teammate, and it gives you strength when you are coming back to work, with you're coming with more energy. It is not the way you're thinking, okay, I have to work hard and be under pressure. It is like they had my back. They are giving me that space to grow again, to be uh, the fast machine version of me. And they understand that I have a child with myself, who, and that feeling they understand it. So that was really great from having a woman's perspective. Now, when it comes to the male's perspective, um, that also astonished me. Like, I don't know if it is me or somebody else, but around me, I have like people have been super kind to me. I've had great interactions. I hear something very different, that you have to be like this, people are like that, teammates are like that, your managers are like that. But I have always gotten the opposite and the better way of it. I talked to my manager, and I was saying that I want to go to this conference. I know I'm just back, but I think this is really important for our team and something like that. And my manager was like, and I told that my mother is here till next couple of weeks. I want to get it finished so that it will be good for the team. And he said the opposite. He said, I think your mother is here, so you should take some leave and try to be with her so that you can be with family. And he looks at like, if you are happy, I know that my productivity is happy. So it's a totally a very different way of leadership, and I haven't thought about it before, and I want to be such kind of leader in future, that like the leaders are thinking about you more than the team, and they see a different world in you. They lead in a different world. And what I have heard about other leaders would, or what I heard, that corporate culture, everybody is trying to take more and give less. And here and my experience has been different. I wanted to give more so that I can sustain, but it has been a totally opposite journey. And I think that's what creates success for you. If you're and that every day counts for you. It's not just once a quarter somebody takes a your team managers takes out a lunch for you and boom, everything is good. It's every day, it's every meeting, every emotion that counts in, and you can be 100% and you can be really happy about it.
Wow, Prachi, I'm so glad you are surrounded by such wonderful colleagues as well as supportive managers. I would say beauty lies in the eyes of beholder because you are kind, you are getting kindness, and your leader definitely is compassionate leader. And as you were saying, yeah, maybe more compassionate leaders need to be there in this era.
Yes, I
Um,
do agree with that. Because
right,
if
right.
if leadership, so and the point is, human life, we drive sometimes super crazily. We need to pause sometimes, give it a thought. It need to be sustainable in future. What I'm really working on is how can I sustain? Everything need not to be just to get the result. Can it be a sustainable growth for my family, for my kid, and including my parents, including my in-laws? Can it be a sustainable family? Everybody need not to fit in the definition of success the way society looks at it or the corporate culture looks at it. Every time the growth need not to be in numbers or in dollars or let's say some kind of fame, some kind of achievement. It can be just a peaceful meal together. That is something that really counts at the end. And it's the journey that counts throughout the life, right? If you have enjoyed the journey, you will talk about it with your grandchild. Maybe this is what I've done, and this is what I got. They don't really care about it because for them this is a story. And if you haven't lived that story, then how will you talk about it? So that's how I think life should be taken at.
Absolutely, Prachi. Define your own success. Yeah, people can measure the way they want with title, big balance, big car, designer clothes, but you own your life, your career journey, your definition of success. And you gave a very, very powerful message. Enjoy the journey. You
Yeah.
are your destination. You don't need to go anywhere.
Yes.
Enjoy day by day, one day
Yes.
at a time.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your beautiful stories, not only related to motherhood, but being a working mother, and relatively newer mother and coming back to work, which is could be a lot. And you are
Yes.
doing amazing job wearing multiple hats, roles, and you're calm, centered, enjoying yourself to the fullest. So happy to meet you. And I'm sure your stories are going to inspire other mothers also to enjoy their journey. Thank you so much, Sister Rainey, for joining us today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, everyone.
You are listening to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation. As part of our youth series, we will be releasing new episodes every month, so make sure to continue to check those out. We hope you enjoyed this podcast, and we thank you so much for listening.